Doug Smith again. My guests for the second half of the program are Tia Shikolinsky and David Miller, who are Portsmouth Free Public Library Board trustee members. Welcome to both of you. I know your annual fundraising event is coming up in a couple of weeks, and can you tell us a little bit about it?
Thanks, Doug. Yes, this will be our 15th year for A Taste of Portsmouth, which is our major fundraising event at the library, and also I think the premier social event of the Portsmouth social season here in October. So on October 17th from 7 to 9 p.m., we'll have about 25 of the local merchants, restaurants, pizzerias, supermarkets, and so forth from Portsmouth, also from as far away as exotic Middletown and Warren.
Wow.
Come to the Portsmouth Library.
Off the island, even.
Off the island, yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Bring their wares and give the folks of Portsmouth a chance to taste them. In addition to food, we have both of the breweries on the island. Coddington Brewery and Newport Storm will bring beer, and the three vineyards, the two we have here, Newport Vineyard and Greenvale Vineyard, as well as Sakonnet Vineyards, bringing wines to taste. So we'll all get together at the library 7 to 9 on October 17th, have a tasting, and in addition to fundraising, it gives the community a good chance to see the library, become familiar with it, because all of the rooms will be open. People have a chance to walk around, talk to the folks in the library. This being an election year, we can also expect that a lot of the town leadership will be there.
Right.
Town council, our state senator, state representative, and it's really a great social event.
It is a great social event, and I have to put a plug in for the restaurants in Clements Market particularly, because they always have such great food there. And the nice thing is you can sample it. You can go around and have a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
We do, and we have a little bit of everything. We have everything from pizza and pasta to stuffies and chocolate-covered fruit, and it's really a great event all over the library.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
actually, we would take up the entire time if we mentioned all of the different places that contribute.
Absolutely.
And that's, that is just so wonderful, because we really depend upon the donations that people make, as well as this particular fundraiser. We only do one a year, and the price is so reasonable.
Yes.
It's only $20 for members and $25 for non-members. And I don't think you can get a better meal, because that's what you're going to get there.
Yeah, I agree, and I also think it's, as you say, it's a great social event. People will actually be able to come and have a conversation with their representatives, which
That's
is
right.
sometimes difficult to come by.
It is.
Hopefully it'll be a friendly conversation.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, well,
And I don't want to forget to mention the Portsmouth Garden Club. They are wonderful every year, as long as I have participated, which is about 8 years. They come and really decorate the library just beautifully. And some of their arrangements will be part of our live auction. We have a live auction, we have a 50-50, and this is a second year that we're going to do actually a silent auction.
Okay, that's
so
great.
And all of this money will be going to our various programs for the...
Yeah, in my experience, I go down on the silent auction, make a low bid, and some friend of mine comes behind me and goes just above me.
Well, then you up it again. It gets better and better.
Yeah, the library, of course, was a major part of our 375th celebration last year, and a great partner. And many of us want to see the library become, as it is, a kind of central place for just about everything in Portsmouth. It's such a great place to go.
it really is, and you'd be surprised. I know I was when I first became a library trustee and monthly see the library director's report, how busy the library is. We have 7,000 visitors a month in the Portsmouth Library, which is pretty impressive when you consider the town has a population of just over 17,000.
Yeah.
7,000 visitors a month come through our doors there. And it's really a busy, bustling place.
Well, I'm
And,
also-
and they
sorry.
use it, and that's okay, and they use it for so many different things.
Yeah.
And I think the computers is one of the things that really brings people in that they can use. We have a great assortment of newspapers, and when I come in, I always see people reading those, and magazines that they can read and they can even check out. So they have abundant type of printed materials available to them.
Yeah, I think I've always been amazed at the breadth of the kind of programs they have there too. You have authors come in, talk about their books. You've got one of those coming up in October. You've got programs showing kids how to use that 3D printer, which is like
Absolutely.
magic to me.
It's called Open Studio, in case people want to know.
Is that what it's called?
It's called
Okay.
Open Studio, and as you just mentioned over there, it's the first Tuesday of the month, and we got a grant for a 3D printer. And you can come in and they can learn how to use it. It's just fantastic.
What happens when they go home and say, I want one of those, Mom?
Well,
Gonna be tough.
it is not going to be easy. Then we say, come to the library.
Yeah, to learn how to do it and do it there.
Absolutely.
We have a 3D printer and also a vinyl cutter and a hot press, so they can, in addition to making the models, they can also make computer-aided cutouts and put them onto T-shirts. And that'll be every Tuesday. Our fall program is really just ramping up now. You remember we were in here a couple months ago and talked about the summer program, and the fall program's just as active. We have a great fall program.
Absolutely.
going.
We have 3 book discussion groups, for adults and program speakers, as you mentioned. We also are doing something now called drop-in math tutoring. And if you have problems with math, like I do.
Like I did.
Yeah.
Well, I still
Now
have
I just
problems.
ignore it. But
I still have problems. But there's a gentleman called Kerman Liu, who is a math expert who has volunteered his time to come in every Wednesday after school hours, like at 3:30. And you can come in and he will help you for any students from K to 12th grade.
He does everything from arithmetic and fractions up through advanced calculus.
Wow.
So not only open to students, but if you want to come in and get a refresher, you're welcome to come as well.
I think my brain would explode, but that's okay.
Right, and if you don't want to do the math, then you can come in and learn more about tech, technology.
Yeah, the
It's
tech
called
stuff's
Tech
great.
Help,
Sue
right.
Rosa is a great resource for you guys down there.
So we have those adult book clubs. We have 2 teen book clubs, one for older teens, one for younger teens. And we start off with toddlers with the reading book club, not really a book club, but reading down in the children's library. And we have a regular lecture series, 2 lectures coming up this month. We have what's in the Holy Wars, I think, by an expert on
George Cassis. I know George well.
Cassis, yeah. Expert on Syria and Iraq, and of course that's timely right now.
And what date is that, you know?
That is October 20th at 6:30.
Okay, that'd be an excellent one to go to. George really knows his stuff. He worked for the UN for most of his career, and he's from that area. He's from Syria.
Right.
Very,
yeah.
very smart guy.
And all of this information, by the way, the times and so forth, we don't have everything with us, but it's all available on the library website. All the programs, the book clubs, the times, tasting of Portsmouth is on there. Everything's on the website. The other lecture this month will be Remarkable Women of Rhode Island, discussing that. So, and we generally have 1 or 2 lectures a month in our large program room.
Yeah, I'd like to nominate the Garden Club for that, actually, because they're remarkable, in my
They
view.
are, aren't they?
Everything they
Great
do
job.
is
It's just
incredible.
wonderful, yeah.
But Frank Gribb is also a very interesting guy, and he's written a lot about history, the Civil War hospital down there at Melville. Very sharp guy. In
He's
fact,
doing that along with Rusty Simone, or it's a kind of a double team lecture there.
Okay, great.
Very interesting.
So interesting stuff.
Yeah, so
lots going on.
going back, the taste of Portsmouth really
Yeah.
does help out
Yeah.
do these kind of things. Not just the financial support, but I think just coming into the library and seeing what Portsmouth offers
Yeah.
to the citizens here.
Well,
Great.
I have to make a plug for the.
You do,
One
huh?
of the reasons people should go to this thing, among all the reasons we've talked about, is that they'll see where the Portsmouth History Center is going to be located,
Okay, sure.
and which we hope to open in the next several weeks or so. But it'll be a central place in Portsmouth where everything that we can put our hands on to digitize about Portsmouth history will be available to future scholars who want to look at that stuff.
Another reason to visit the library, and also we're going to start digitizing all of the Portsmouth historical records, or try to. So in addition to the educational activities, another reason to visit the library is the exhibits we have there. For example, the historical
Yes.
exhibits on Portsmouth, and we generally have art exhibits, photography exhibits, and so forth in our large program room year-round.
I think that one thing that's very popular at the library is research on genealogy, looking up your ancestors.
It is
That's
indeed.
right. Actually, we have a genealogy workshop on Sunday, October 19th.
Wow.
The same weekend as the Taste of Portsmouth, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Taste it, and then come back and learn some more about your family
Yeah,
history.
okay, that's great.
And another resource on genealogy, which is really good, I've used it myself. I've been working on genealogy for a number of years. in the library, they have a membership to Ancestry.com,
Yes.
which is normally very expensive to have a subscription to. You can go to the library, use any of the computers, and log into Ancestry.com and get into their databases to be able to do your genealogical research. That's a great
I imagine
resource.
that's addictive, because I went
Oh,
in
it
there
is.
and sat down at that computer and went to that website, and within 5 minutes I had more information about my grandfather and my father's side than I ever knew before.
That's right. That's input from all over the world. People use that. In addition to doing the research, they put in their own information, and it all builds together, and it's a
Really?
great resource.
I've never used it, but now that I hear you gentlemen talking about it,
Yeah,
I think
no.
I better
Oh,
go
and
to the
they
library.
have census records going
Yeah.
back to the end of the 18th century. The U.S.
Wow.
Census, I think, started in 1830, and they have the census records going back that far. So you can look up your great-grandfather and see what he did for a living and where he lived and how many dependents he had, right from the census
You said
records.
it's a world type of genealogy, because I'm from Europe.
Yeah,
And
well,
so, yeah.
yeah. In fact, I should look at my Italian grandfather as
Yeah.
well, I guess. But,
Ah.
It's all put in English and mostly American, but it has a lot of the people who worked on it have put in their ancestors
and it's got
from
all the Ellis
overseas.
Island and other
Right.
immigrant databases. as
Direct
well.
records, and not just a listing, but they actually have the census records and the ship passenger booking list, for example,
Yeah.
that you can see firsthand. You can see your grandfather's name and handwriting.
See,
on the
he's
census record.
addicted already.
I
can
am.
tell.
I've been addicted
So I
for
can
years.
look myself up when coming
Yes,
in
you
and
can
Ellis
look
Island.
yourself
Absolutely,
up.
you
Yeah.
can.
Wow. Hey,
That's great.
come to the library.
Come
I
to
need
the
go
library.
back.
It all
Lots
starts
going
at the
on.
library, and it all ends at the library. And you might want to mention the new fall hours, because I know they change from
Oh,
summer
that's
to
right.
fall.
That's right. I can tell you that. I have it right
Okay.
here. It's from Monday through Thursday, from 9 o'clock in the morning to 8 p.m., which is great. So after work, you can
Yeah.
go there.
Right, after work, after school.
After school, of course, and then Saturday from 9 to 5. And now that the summer is over, we once again will open the library on Sundays from 1 to 5 as well.
Okay, that's great. Those are super hours for anybody that.
So it gives you
Wants to stop
long
by.
range.
7 days a week. We get a lot of students coming in there. We have several quiet rooms where you can go and study. We have a dedicated teen space, and as you know, we have a large meeting room which is available for community events, as well as the smaller rooms to meet in.
And we shouldn't, of course, forget we have a downstairs just dedicated to the children.
Yes,
And that's a wonderful children's librarian with all kinds of programs there, which we haven't even talked about.
Now, those are for smaller kids, like.
Well,
What
we're down
ages?
to toddlers and
Yeah.
even kids who can't walk yet come there
Right.
and come for the story hour, especially in the summertime. We have a story hour every week, and they come and listen to stories.
Now, how
which
does
they
that work?
like.
Do one of the librarians read a story to the
One of the
kids?
librarians reads a story, they advertise them in advance, they sit all the kids down, and the children's librarian, one of our three highly professional, skilled, and degreed librarians, reads the stories to them.
And they-
Very,
right,
very
yeah.
popular.
And they have little craft activities too. It's wonderful, and it's, I think, one of the most popular for young mothers to come bring their children to and get them acquainted with that.
Yeah.
So our library in Portsmouth is the greatest.
It is. No, I happen to agree, and I'm a big proponent of what the library does, and we're almost at a time as I knew we would be, but we want to encourage everybody to come down. It's a great chance if you haven't been to the library before, or if
Right.
you don't go very often. This is a great chance to come down to the library on the 17th. That's a Friday
it's a-
night.
Friday night.
7
Friday
p.m.
night, 7 o'clock, and you'll get to meet all your neighbors and everybody that is everybody else in
That's
town.
right.
All the town leadership, no
Right, and you can
threatening,
buy
very
your
easy,
tickets
very
right now.
casual,
Yeah.
Right.
casual
Stop-
dress,
right.
casual conversation.
Stop by the library and pick up your ticket today.
That's it. Okay, well, we'll leave on that note. Thank you both for coming in,
Well, thank
Thanks,
you for,
Doug.
and I wish you every success. I'll be down there sampling the excellent food you guys have.
We'll see you there.
And I have to put a plug in for our vineyards at Greenvale.
All,
'cause
all-
they all
wonderful,
are
all
always
three of them will be there, all three of our local
And
vineyards.
Greenfield is particularly great.
They are.
I love them.
there. Okay, thank you very much, folks.
Thank you.
Doug Smith, we'll see you next time.